lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go, Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go.
What's going on, everybody? It's the EVP from the EVP Show, and I got a lot of sun today. I'm like cooked. You guys had a good weekend. This is the start of WrestleMania week, so it's going to be a super busy week here on the EVP Show. We got from today. We have 9 straight days of streaming starting today. So we're going to be going all the way from today all the way up until next Tuesday. We're going to have a stream every day. Just a couple quick announcements, obviously, so we can get some people some time to come in. First off, shout out to Mona for coming in for the interview Wednesday. First time I ever did an interview on YouTube. We went over a little bit, but the interview went well. So special shout out to Mona for taking. She is so busy. For her to take her time out to come on. What's up, Fanatic and Alexis? If you guys can retweet live, that'd be great. Thank you guys. And I will as well just in a second. But yeah, shout out to Mona. Thanks again for coming on. We just hit 100 views on that interview on YouTube. So excellent stuff there. I picked up a couple of new subscribers out of it, so definitely probably will have Mona back on hopefully down the road. I spoke with a couple of other people, nothing concrete, but trying to work out some stuff maybe to do on down past WrestleMania, not right after WrestleMania, but maybe in May or some June or something like that. What's going on, Bobby? Good to see you. So yeah, it's a busy week. We got Sunday Scoop. Appreciate that, Bobby. You guys can retweet on X, that were 5. It'd be great. Thank you. Big week. I mean, we got Sunday Scoop today. I told you guys all week that there was not going to be a Sunday Scoop next Sunday. This coming up Sunday. That's WrestleMania Sunday. Just to kind of run through everything. Obviously, tomorrow I'm going to be doing Raw. Tuesday it's NXT. Wednesday is a big night, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's the WrestleMania prediction show. We got a huge panel coming on. We'll have 10 people on camera, 2 in the comments. The WrestleMania predictions. It looks like 13 matches. I'll get into that, what the reason is behind that. I'll say we'll get into the scoops for the week. And let's see, what else do we got? So there won't be a scoop on April 19th. So sorry guys, that's the WrestleMania starts that time. So I'm gonna be watching Mania. Obviously I'm gonna recap it after night 2. But Sunday Scoop will be back the weekend after. I've already set the stream up, April 26th. Make sure you hit that notification bell, finder. Come on in and join us. And also starting on April 26th, the same day that Sunday Scoop's come back, will be the season premiere and debut of LFG Season 3, Episode 1. So yeah, that's the weekend after WrestleMania. So like I said, a lot of stuff coming up. I got a lot of stuff in the works. Still working on Patreon. Trying to find somebody that to do some stuff inside the Patreon. I need somebody with like not writing experience, but like I don't know exactly what it's called. But the Patreon's been made. I just haven't put it out. I haven't linked all my stuff to it yet. But I'm gonna have to figure out something for graphics and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm gonna be the one writing in there. But I'm trying to find somebody that I can send all the news to, go into the Patreon, obviously post it, kind of spruce it up and all that. Because like I said, a lot of stuff that gets said on here, at the end of the day, there's great journalists out there. Bay Dallas, he's great. Sean Ross Sapp, obviously. But everybody from Body Slam. But a lot of stuff a lot of stuff that I do say like way earlier. I don't really. It's not that big of a deal, but that's what this show is for. I try to get my name out there, and also for you guys. Just a lot of stuff that you guys that like, Fanatic and Bobby, people that are coming here every single week. You guys know that. I said that stuff like way long time ago. And I'm gonna kind of go through a couple of those things. Yeah. So this coming up Sunday, there will not be a Scoops. So make sure you guys are aware of that. Don't be looking for it because it's WrestleMania Sunday, obviously. So let me go ahead and retweet that we're live so I can try to get a few more people in here before I get started, because I don't want to repeat myself. And like I told Fanatic and DMs, I will go over today if I have to, just because there won't be a Scoop show next week. So I don't know, it's not showing up that I'm live on my page again. You guys see it? Okay. Just posting it so that everybody knows I'm live. I got cooked today. The sun that absolutely cooked me. Really bad sunburn. And like I said, it's not about, being first or any of that. Thank you, Bobby. I've had a really good Sunday. I went to the gym and I got into some sort of like, I don't know, something new they have in there, and that shit cooked to my face like so red. But it's been a pretty good Sunday. I worked out. I enjoyed the day off yesterday because I know I have a lot of stuff coming up this week. So this is a busy week. Obviously, I'll go through my schedule with you guys after the show. But I am looking for someone that has like some business knowledge as far as the Patreon goes. That's why it hasn't been launched. There's a lot of stuff that I need done. I don't want to just open it up and just start writing shit in there. I mean, it needs to look professional. So like, I don't know if it's a graphic designer. That's why I haven't put it out there. Obviously, I'm not gonna be charging like 11 or 12 or 13.99 a month like Meltzer does. Like I said, he's been in this business for a long time, but a lot of stuff that he says, I don't know. I'm not gonna discredit anyone's work because he's been doing it for longer than I think about it, but a lot of shit he says is just really far-fetched, not even close. So let's start on some NXT stuff. Obviously, a lot of stuff that I've told you guys weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Let's get into it. Let's start talking about what we're going to be doing moving forward. We talked a lot about this last week. JT Jane is going up to the main roster. So don't expect her to win on Tuesday against All Vice. I told you guys last week that they're probably going to run some sort of angles to try to have these like blow-off matches for like her and Sol Ruca. Obviously Ethan Page, he's not beating Tony D'Angelo. Sol Ruca's not going to beat Zarya. Not this Tuesday coming up, but next. We have NXT Revenge. They're separating into 2 weeks. All these matches are just blow-off matches. So you can expect Sol Ruca, JC Jane, Ethan Page. I haven't been told anything about Ricky Saints, but I don't know. I don't know. I would think he's coming up. I know Joe Henry is going to adjust his future. Obviously, the concert, there's a really strong chance he probably comes up. I don't think they can call all of them up. Truthfully, I really don't. Because then they're just left with like Blake Monroe. I don't think she's going up anytime soon. I still stand pretty firm on. I think she's in NXT for at least 6 months, maybe up until Stand and Deliver. They gotta have some kind of star power down there. CW needs that in order to be able to. Can't just call the whole NXT roster up and gut it and expect to get viewership and stuff like that. So, yep, she is. So I also talked about it last week. Obviously, I can't do shorts every single time, so it's hard for me to clip stuff. But I told you guys that Tony D'Angelo is gonna go on a long. He's gonna have a long title reign. They kind of teased what's gonna be headed his way Tuesday night, which I already talked about last week. Kiana Carver. I told you guys that NXT is really big on him. They're really big on Charlotte Hill. They're really big on the Vanity Project too. So, I mean, those guys are super. They're annoying as shit, but they are super talented. So, you can expect a Tony D'Angelo, Kiana Carver feud coming up through the summer for sure. It's going to be a big feud. I don't know. I think Tony D's going to have a long reign. I think Lola Vice has a pretty good lengthy reign. I would say at least 3 to 4 months or something like that. You're clean. It's very confusing on what they're doing because I thought Blake was done with Tatum. But maybe they're just kind of biding their time right now. I do think that Blake Monroe is obviously the one that ends up taking the title off of Lola Vice, but it also could be Izzy Dane as well. I don't know. Because she's being booked really strong too right now. Kind of a part of 2 different sort of pitches for Izzy. Like one is obviously being teamed up with Zarya, and then the other kind of like I told you guys last week, JC gets kicked out of Fatal Influence. I mean, is it really Fatal Influence without just 2 people? Elaine Reed and Alan Henley. They're not coming up. So JC's gonna come up. My prediction is that JC's gonna go to Raw. I think Sol Ruca goes to SmackDown. Could flip flop. I think it makes more sense for JC to go to Raw. She's been talking about Liv Morgan a lot. She got Stephanie McCoy over there. She beat for the NXT Championship. But it could be flip flop. It could put Sol on Raw, and JC on SmackDown. But I personally think that JC Jane is going to be headed to Raw, and Sol Ruca will be headed to SmackDown, which, me, I would flip flop on. I would love to see JC Jane going after the one of the mid-card titles. Obviously, you're not going to throw her straight into the heavyweight championship conversation unless Stephanie retains at WrestleMania, which I don't really think she is. So let's kind of go through it. Obviously, JC Jane is going to take on Lola Vice for the Women's NXT Championship. JC's been promoted. Now, what they could do, I just don't see them really doing it. But they could. So keep this in mind. There hasn't been a 3-time Women's NXT champion. So they could, flip the belt right back on JC and then have Kendall beat her. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't expecting JC to get another title match. So I don't know. I wouldn't think they're gonna take the title off Lola that fast. And I would like what 2 weeks. Not yet, 2 weeks. So I fully expect like JC to lose. Maybe Fallon and Laney turn on her after the match or something like that. So that's kind of direction. Ethan Page, he's been ready for the main roster. He would fit really well into SmackDown. I don't know. Maybe throw him on Randy Orton's side. Obviously, I'll get into this whole WWE TKO shit that's been going on all week or for 2 weeks now. But expect Ethan Page to lose. He's not beating Tony D. Ethan's definitely coming up to the main roster. So, Blake Monroe, I don't really know. It's kind of limbo. They put her with Vanity Project now. She got a new belt. Maybe they're going to run this angle for a little while. I don't really think she'd take the title off Tatum Paxley, though. I think they want to give Tatum a pretty lengthy reign. It seems like they're pretty high on her. I personally would love to see Tatum Paxley get called up, but like I said, you can't bring everybody up at the same time. So you can't gut your whole damn show. But let's go to a couple of comments. She is super talented. JC Jane would be great on Raw. Go take the Lynch Sky. Yeah, I mean, her dream matches are one of the things she's been talking about a lot in interviews with Liv Morgan. So, definitely like to see that. I would prefer to see JC on Raw, but we'll see how it goes. So, obviously, LFG starting April 26th. There'll be a couple of new coaches, Natalia, Kevin Owens. Obviously, this was already filmed. Kevin Owens is not going to be back until probably late summer, something like that. So I know a lot of people are expecting, could be expecting him at WrestleMania. I don't think he's ready to unless he just comes out there and stun somebody or something. I don't know. I know he can't take any bumps or anything right now. So, but let's talk about this WWE storm. So I can tell you this for 100% fact. There's probably been over 23 or 24 rewrites on WrestleMania, which is making it very difficult for me and for everybody else that puts out news because shit's changing so much. I had a lot of questions in DMs over the last week about WrestleMania. Obviously, I told you guys about Finn Balor going demon. I don't know how many weeks ago I said that. Probably at least 6 or 7 weeks ago that he would turn. It was going to be the demon Finn at WrestleMania. I thought the title would be on the line, but obviously I'm glad it's not. Pencil's doing well with it. He's defending all the time. Dom wasn't. But I said about 6 or 7 weeks ago that it was going to be demon. WWE didn't waste any time. They just immediately put it on the poster. That was going to be the demon Finn Balor. So, but let's talk about why. Let's talk about why WWE chose Las Vegas instead of New Orleans. So, like I said, I don't have a marketing degree and business and all that. So I'm not going to get into. I try to stay away from the whole numbers aspect. Just particular topic, like I do have pretty close to the numbers on what we're looking at here. Making sure we're live on Twitter. I don't know a lot of people, but so WWE basically getting $9 million right at it, like tooth or nail, one of the two, before there's even a match. Sales tax, stuff like that. from Las Vegas. Obviously, all the hotels, everything comped, everything, all the big events and stuff that's going there. $9 million to be popping off of having WrestleMania in Vegas compared to, I believe it was going to be like 6 or 7. I don't know, something in that range, maybe 5 in New Orleans, but not as many like comps and opened up things like that that they could do in New Orleans. So let's talk about this whole ticket sale situation. It was really just, I mean, they are struggling to sell tickets. They really are. I say this every week, guys. TKO has a problem. Ari Emanuel, Nick Khan, they are used to running Endeavor. It ran a UFC. That's what it's used to. Well, WWE is not UFC. So it's like they're, and I heard Final Boss Lady say this yesterday on DW Radio, so shout out to them for that. Make sure you guys tune into that. I heard her say this on DW Radio yesterday, and it's 100% factual. Vince McMahon, I'm not a fan. Don't really like him. A lot of stuff that TKO is doing, Vince wasn't allowed it. He would have. It wouldn't have went down like that. I truly don't think it would have. TKO, they don't know anything about wrestling. They don't. And I've heard everybody, about talking about the celebrities, and I'm not going to spend 15, 20 minutes talking about their, you got people like Jelly Roll, who's committed to the business, who really likes it. Tyrese Halliburton from the Pacers. Little Yachty, he sold the shit out of that Hollywood kick on Friday. He seems very committed to the business. But you don't have to have this many celebrities every single WrestleMania. You just don't. I know that Vince had on, Mike Tyson, Kim Kardashian, all the other ones that he had, but you don't have to have this many celebrities every single year. But the biggest problem is they this is how they hook people. Pat McAfee obviously goes on just keep tweeting, obviously. And obviously, I'm going to talk about that, about him being injected into the Randy Cody storyline. Pat McAfee comes on and he's like, "Oh well, I've got a big announcement." Everybody's like, "Oh, it's The Rock. It's a final boss." Well, you guys need to do your homework. I'm not saying that I will tell you what I think about The Rock here later on. He does have 2 movies to film. He's filming the last movie of the Fast and Furious set. He's doing a Martin Scorsese film, 2026. So if you think The Rock's going to be around the whole fucking time, like, he's not. But I heard Miami and Final Boss Lady talking about this on the WWE Radio yesterday, and it's very accurate. It really is. They go to 25% off from SmackDown all the way to Raw. And then they'll probably, like they said on DW Radio, they're probably going to do something similar to that, maybe go up from Raw all the way to either SmackDown or to WrestleMania. Well, what about all the people that's already bought tickets? It's already spent, front row is like, 20, 30, 40K, something like that. I just think it's a real injustice. I do. I really do. I mean, it's tough to sit back and just enjoy the product when I mean, truthfully, if you guys are super invested in WrestleMania, please put it in the comments because I want to know what besides Oba and Brock, what else is just jumping off the page? Because now they brought Pat McAfee into this Randy Cody story when they didn't need to do that. Randy and Cody have 20 years of history. And Pat McAfee keeps saying, "Oh, if Randy loses, I'm walking away from WWE." Well, let me talk about Pat for a second. So Ari Emanuel apparently, according to I don't know who reported it, so I'm not gonna say their name out. I don't know who the hell reported it, but apparently this was sent out to Pat McAfee back in February. Might have been Brian Alvarez. I don't know. He said, according to this report, he said no at first. He ain't changed his mind. This is all Ari Emanuel's call because that is Pat McAfee's agent. It's going on Alexis. Yeah, I mean, Asha Speed's great. Like he loves the business. I just think we got, Jelly Roll, which he's great too, but I mean, we'll get into all that. But so Ari Emanuel is Pat McAfee's like agent. Pat McAfee's got some sort of show coming up soon that he's going to be doing. Like Ari Emanuel straight up said, like he thinks that Pat McAfee is the next Sylvester Stallone. I mean, I don't know what he's on, but that is a very that's a very bold statement to make, is all I can say. Sylvester Stallone, the man that made Rocky, come on, man. Let's be serious here. That's a joke. But so it is what it is. Pat McAfee's involved. I don't really like the fact that they took off with the title. I would personally. I thought we would see Cody Rhodes at some point this week show up on the Pat McAfee show and beat the shit out of Pat McAfee and take that title back. Cody did comment on one of my posts on Twitter. Obviously, that kind of blew up. So shout out to Cody Rhodes for that. I would have Cody Rhodes show up on Pat McAfee's show and get that title belt back. I mean, what are they going to do? Walk into WrestleMania with it? Oh my goodness! So I know a lot of people have been asking me about Tiffany Stratton and Julia, Io Sky, and Asuka. Io and Asuka really was supposed to be on the card at WrestleMania, but apparently, I just read a report like 30 minutes ago, I believe, that said that Nikki Bella is like. I think I read conflicting reports, but I read one that said she's good to go, and I read one that said that it's still up in the air, like it's still in limbo. Apparently, WWE was waiting to see if Nikki could go. I mean, she's still they're still advertised on the posters, so I mean they haven't been pulled. So I don't know why they're not adding Asuka. WrestleMania. I will say this. This is something else I told you guys on Scoops. Because someone reported that Seth Rollins and Gunther was planned back in like February, which is it's not true. Go listen to Seth Rollins' interview there. He just put out a couple of days ago. I don't know who the hell it was with. Just search it on YouTube. It was literally a last minute decision. He literally said it. Like, we all know where they're going with this. I think that even though they put them two together, um, the ultimate plan here, and I've been saying this probably since Sunday Scoop started, is Gunther's retiring Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. He's gonna beat Seth at WrestleMania. He already told Paul Heyman that he's gonna owe him a favor. Well, guess what that favor is gonna be? He wants to retire Brock. So that's what's gonna happen. Gunther's going to retire Brock Lesnar. It ain't gonna be a title match. I've heard all that. It's not gonna be that. Obafemi is winning that Raw title before the end of this year. I can tell you that right now. So I seen Roman's interview. He wants to keep wrestling. That's great. That's great. Maybe he goes another 3 to 5 years. I mean, Cody's gonna probably go another 3 to 5 years. I think Punk's got a couple more years. TKO is in big trouble though. I don't care how long Roman stays around. I don't care how long Cody. If they do go down on the ticket prices, how are they going to be able to afford to pay these guys? You think all these guys are going to come to work every week? You think Cody's going to come to work every single week like he's been doing since he won the title at WrestleMania 40? Come on, man. These guys are not going to come. You think people are part-timers. You wait till they drop the damn ticket prices and they can't afford to pay these guys. I mean, TKO is already in debt. So, I don't know. There's a lot of rumblings going on in terms of power struggle. WWE and TKO. I do believe that they're heading towards something like this. I wouldn't be surprised if this shit's like a WWE versus TKO and Survivor Series or some bullshit like that. It's a big fucking mess. It really is. Asuka and Io's not on the card. Tiffany Stratton. I mean, they're not even on the fucking SmackDown before WrestleMania unless they just haven't announced it. So I will say this about the Go Home SmackDown, which I already told you guys a couple of weeks ago. That there was going to be an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and I told you guys that I really think Royce Keys is winning it. I didn't expect to see him debut on the main roster, but I think it's good to go ahead and get him on TV. Obviously, I fully expect Royce Keys if he's in the Battle Royal, which I fully expect him to be. But I told you guys I know what. Avi or Fanatic, maybe you guys can confirm, because y'all call me here every Sunday. I know I said at least 3 or 4 weeks ago. Everybody's like, oh, what's Royce Keys playing WrestleMania? I mean, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal probably wins it. Looks like he's going to, I mean, they teased like some sort of feud maybe with Solo Sikoa. So that'll be interesting to see. WrestleMania is going to be very unpredictable. I think Cody and Randy can go either way. Honestly, I really do. I know that the IWC want Randy to win because they're a bunch of fucking Cody haters. They want him to lose every time he's on TV. But if they want him to lose with Pat McAfee in the story, then I don't know what to tell him. Obviously, it's really looking like Jelly Roll is going to be involved in this. I mean, Dave did report, so I mean, it could have legs. I'm not going to fucking shoot it down because it damn sure could have legs. If Randy Orton does win the title at WrestleMania, you can probably look for Pat McAfee and Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll at Backlash. That's probably the fucking main event. Celebrities again, back to back. So you got to root for Randy Orton all you want. So, because that's what we're gonna get at Backlash. Is we're gonna get Randy and Pat versus fucking Joey Raw and Cody in the main event. And then I told you guys it's a rinse and repeat story. So like, if they did this shit straight up to give Randy 15, kind of like what they did Cena, and have Cody go back and chase, I have absolutely no problem with that. None whatsoever. None. I'm a Cody fan, yes, but I don't hate like everybody else does. Like, I want to see Randy get 15. I like Randy. I have no issues with Randy. He's great. But they stole this moment. TKO and Ari Emanuel, they stole this moment away. I have no interest in this match. I really don't. I'm praying that Cody fucking retains. I know Cody's been on several different podcasts, and he said he doesn't want to get involved. He doesn't want any more of these long, drawn-out feuds, which doesn't really matter what the fuck Cody wants. That's what TKO wants. If Randy Orton wins the title at WrestleMania, this shit's going all the way to SummerSlam. All the way to SummerSlam. That's just how it's going to be. I mean, I think it might go there anyway. I don't know. I really don't. I don't really see any other direction they could go with this. I don't think Sami Zayn gets involved in the title picture right now. I'm not for it. And now, CM Punk has now brought Pat McAfee into their story with the Night 2 main event. I do not like that whatsoever. Why in the hell are you mixing stories? Why? Unless, even if we are going up for WWE versus TKO, go back and listen to Roman's interview today that he did. Sounded like he took a couple of shots at TKO. If that's the case, then what are we going to have Roman, Punk, who hate each other? Which I don't think that's happening. I think CM Punk. I honestly think CM Punk's going to be all the WrestleMania. I really do. All these Instagram stories he keeps putting up, he's acting like psychotic. Everybody is talking about The Rock getting involved in the Cody Rhodes Randy Orton match, but I don't see it. I don't. He's not working double duty. He's not. I know he did it at 40, but he didn't wrestle twice. He come out, in Roman Cody made it Night 2, but could he do double duty? Yeah, he could. But I really don't see it. I don't see Rock getting involved in Cody's shit. Punk's the one that's calling him out. But is Punk calling him out because The Rock's going to come out there and turn and help Roman Reigns win? Or is The Rock going to come out and screw Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 42? And that's how you set up Roman Rock. So you're telling me that with the bloodline standing tall at the end of Night 2, that completely sets up Roman Rock for 43. It doesn't. Nothing about that. I think the Usos are going to get involved. Punk and Roman. I think one of them's going to go one way, and the other one, Jimmy's probably not going to go the way Jay goes. But it looks like they've kind of petered away from that too. Now they got the Usos teaming up with LA Knight, which they don't even really like him, against the Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory, and Asha Speed. So like I said, there's conflicting reports out there about Nikki Bella. So at the end of the day, like, I guess you guys can just kind of. I'm gonna say she's a good. I don't think they're winning, but that's just my opinion. I don't ask for match results unless somebody asks, especially WrestleMania, because I don't want to know. So if you guys are looking for results, like I'm not asking for results. So one show of the year that I want to kind of be surprised. But I don't think that the Bella Twins are winning. They have a 2-year contract. They can win the title at any time. Because it's not like the SmackDown, like that tag team division just on fire. It's not. Because eventually they're going to get Charlotte and Alexa away from there and get them into the singles action. There is one name that I did hear. It's not confirmed, but nobody's really talking about it. I'm just gonna put it out there in my opinion, what I was told. There's a possibility we see Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. Because Rhea is outnumbered. I mean, we could see Io too. Obviously, if she's not going to be on the card, Io and Bianca kind of evens the. Maybe Io comes out first, and then have Bianca come out. That's the only way I can see Rhea Ripley winning the title, if she's winning the title. I don't personally think she's winning the title, because I think she's advertised for Raw after Mania poster. I told you guys, Rhea is highly coveted by Netflix. That was kind of part. She was one of the ones. Roman, Punk, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, all those were like highly coveted by Netflix when WWE made that big purchase, or when they linked up with Netflix. This is one of the first WrestleManias in a long time that I mean, it's WrestleMania, so like I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I'm a content creator, so like I'm gonna put out the content. I'm gonna recap it, but I'm not that excited about it. I'm not. I'm excited to see Brock and Oba. I'm excited to see Drew and Jacob. I think they're gonna kill it. I think Gunther and Seth's match is gonna be phenomenal. I think Jade and Rhea, I don't think it's gonna be great. I don't. Liv and Stephanie has the possibilities of being good. We'll see. I do think Demon Finn and Dom, I think that's gonna be great. The Fatal 4-Way, I love the women's division, but that match, I don't know. It's somebody's been pinning the other person every single week. I don't know. I think Bayley and Lyra. I'm going with Bayley and Lyra. I think it's a full circle moment for them. Last year, Bayley was supposed to win the tag title with Lyra. She got her spot taken by Becky Lynch. It's got to make sense. TKO's got to. I don't know. We are in a power struggle, though. Talked to you guys last week on Scoops about maybe Brian Gueritz taking over creative. I still think that's a possibility within like 18 months or something like that. I don't know if Triple H immediately goes, but I think he's on thin ice. I do. I think that as long as TKO has a death grip on what we're seeing, what the product is being put out, I'm telling you guys might want to start watching AEW. If I'm AEW right now, I'm capitalizing on this because WWE, like, everybody could say, oh, Raw was great. Was it though? Was it great? Was it great from top to bottom? 2 weeks before WrestleMania. We'll see tomorrow. I mean, Adam Pearce was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna put it on the internet because Triple H has got 45 burners and he's looking for leaks. I'm just gonna tell you that Roman and Punk and Brock and Nova and Gunther and Seth are gonna be there." Like, what the fuck? Like, it's a go home show, bro. I mean, nobody cares about the leaks. Nobody's trying to find out who's winning the matches. Triple H and TKO, they're crazy for that shit, for real. But like I said, I told you guys about 6 weeks ago that the Demon was coming back. I know for a fucking fact. I even went back and watched the fucking episode on Scoop. It didn't get clipped on short, unfortunately, because that's when StreamYard still generates them. But fortunately, it didn't get clipped. But I know I said it, so. But WWE's already spoiled it and just put Demon on a poster. I'm a little worried Randy's winning. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't like it. There's not any night one recap's gonna be really difficult for me if Randy wins, but as a content creator, I have to be biased because there are other matches on night one. But I really think Randy's probably winning. I don't think both of I honestly don't think both of the titles are changing. I don't. So is either Cody retains or Roman wins, or Randy wins and Punk retains. That's how it's gonna go down. Both of the titles are not changing hands. They're not. I do think Dwayne Johnson gets involved in the Roman Punk match. Could he get involved in Cody? Yeah, I mean he could. I just don't see it. I don't. I think if TKO is smart, they know that everybody's so. The only thing I will give them credit for is they were trying everything they could to get Randy booed and get Cody cheered. And now that Randy's with Pat, everybody hates this shit with Pat. So it's definitely a good tactic, I guess, by TKO to have people boo Randy Orton because he's with Pat McAfee. But if he wins the title, I mean, John Cena's historic title reign is always going to have an asterisk by it, in my eyes. Now, is he the GOAT? 100%. But he won that title with the help of Travis Scott, who didn't want to put the work in and had whatever happened with him and TKO. I don't know. But he's not affiliated with WWE anymore. So, do we want a historic 15th title reign from Randy Orton with an asterisk by it because of Pat McAfee? Because I'm telling you right now, if Randy wins, then Dave's report will be right. And it will be Randy and Pat against Cody and Jelly Roll. But I'm almost positive that Pat McAfee's got to film some sort of I don't know what the fuck the name of the show is. It comes on Netflix. I don't know. Pat just keeps repeating himself like over and over and over that if Randy loses, he's not coming back. So I don't know. For me, that kind of screams like maybe Randy loses. I don't know. It's really difficult to say, guys. It really is. I wish we are on the. This is the last Scoop show before WrestleMania. I wish I could, point you guys in the right direction. I don't really know which way they're going with it. I hope that Randy don't win, simply with Pat McAfee being involved. But I wouldn't be fucking surprised because then they can put more celebrities in the Backlash main event. They can put Pat and Jelly Roll in a tag team match to continue this shit with Randy and Cody. They've taken away 20 years of history of putting Pat McAfee in the story, which is just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Seeing all the stuff with Tony, I said Nick Khan earlier. I seen the coach and Russo's interview with Tony Khan from AEW. Obviously, Chris Jericho signed a multi-year deal. That's great for him. Now I know for 100% fact that WWE probably wanted him just for a retirement tour, and that's it. Like, it had to have been something creatively. And I mean, money probably played a factor too. I'm sure that Tony Khan threw a lot more money. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, but it had to. A lot of it had also had to do with creative. Because at the end of the day, I mean, if they just wanted him for a retirement tour, he's not ready to retire right now. So kind of put two and two together there. So yeah, congrats to Chris Jericho, multi-year deal with AEW. I mean, if I was him, I probably would have signed with AEW too, because for me, WWE is sinking ship right now. They've got so much invested Saudi-wise. I can tell you guys straight up right now, if TKO puts WWE on the market to be sold, the Saudi Arabians are going to buy WWE. I'm telling you right now. Tony Khan's not going to buy WWE. Vince McMahon's not going to buy WWE. Saudi Arabians are going to buy WWE. I'm just going to put this out here. I don't know who Ghost of Madness is. I see him all over X. But Corey Hayes has already been up in their comments. I already told you guys, like, if it's not from these certain people, like, stop listening to all that shit. Like, people are just putting out stuff. Like, I don't. That's why I'm trying to make a fucking a Patreon, because people are just putting shit out there that just, I don't know. Stop listening. Just stop listening to Ghost of, I don't know who Ghost of Madness is. Corey Hayes already shot that shit down. Like, they're not credible sources. I don't even know who they are. Like I said, if I don't see it from Body Slam or hear from my personal person or Fightful, I don't listen to it, honestly, because a lot of the other sources are just throwing stuff out there, whether it's just their bloodline fans, stuff like that. So I mean, they get stuff right, yeah, but I mean, I don't remember anything that Ghost of Madness has gotten right. So if you guys see her or them or whoever it is that's posting all over X, I would just kind of just keep looking the other way. What else can we talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? I mean, I've talked about everything. I really don't know what else to tell you guys. It doesn't look like Io and Asuka are going to be on the card. Tomorrow's the last chance for that. I think if it gets added, I mean, ESPN confirmed that we got 7 matches night 1, 6 matches night 2. So why they're doing it that way, I don't know. If they got something else in store for night 2, that's going to take up time. I saw it all over X today, which I wasn't on X much today at all. I tried to stay off of X a lot today. It's very, like, I will give my best advice to people, like, you gotta take a day away from X. When I'm not working, or if I don't have a stream, I try to stay the hell off of there, because it is very toxic. Very toxic. Yeah, this WrestleMania is just for me, it just feels like another show. It really does. Um, I don't, and it's not the you can't put all the blame on the celebrity. You just can't. Like this is an Ari Emanuel call. This is TKO. So if we're gonna run a WWE versus TKO storyline, fine, whatever. If that's what they really want to do, well, how are they gonna do that? Like who's? I mean, The Rock can't be committed all year, so like, how are they gonna do it? Who's gonna be TKO? Who's gonna be? I mean, we know a few that's gonna be Team WWE. But I'm going to say this once, say it again. I'm going to keep saying it up and all the way up until night one. If they don't turn Cody Rhodes heel at WrestleMania, they don't need to turn him. Because at this point, nobody's going to give a shit. They're not. And he has a promo 1 week where it looks like he's going to go heel. And then this past week, I didn't really see it. He wasn't talking about the voices and all that he was hearing. So he went back to, it seemed like Cody's facing Pat McAfee at WrestleMania, not Randy Orton. Where's the Randy Cody promos? Cody's cutting promos against Pat McAfee the last 2 weeks. The fuck are we doing here? Like seriously, bro. What are we doing? I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoy WrestleMania. I think that they should knock the fucking subscription down that I'm paying, which is $38.99 a month for ESPN Unlimited, which is absolutely outrageous. Maybe they should go down on that so that I can up my subscription or double my pay on StreamYard, so that I can stream to more platforms. $38.99 a month until August, and then it goes up to $44.99 a month for unlimited. And I only use that shit for WWE events. Another thing to take into consideration, I will be live Friday night during the SmackDown recap when the Hall of Fame's on. So I don't know how you guys want to do that. I get it if you guys don't come on and you guys want to watch the Hall of Fame, but I'll probably catch it like Saturday morning, something like that, when I wake up. Because obviously the pre-show doesn't kick off until like 3 p.m. But I'm recapping the last night. We're going to have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I think Damian Priest and R-Truth are going to do something. I don't know why they're not doing Tiffany and Julia. I don't. I really don't, guys. They're really putting it out there, like, you got, so it's really difficult. It's really difficult for me to give information because there's so many conflicting reports. Like, there's one person that's saying that everything that Punk said was off kilter. Somebody else is reporting that this specific person, this specific writer is the one that wrote Punk's promo. So, like, it's really difficult to say what's real and what's not. Punk's firing shots at TKO. He's firing shots at Pat McAfee. He's firing shots at The Rock. Cody is not talking about The Rock. Cody's basically talking about Pat McAfee. He said something about TKO, yeah, which, I mean, The Rock is part of TKO, but fucking Punk called The Rock, what did he say? He said, somebody that used to be a good Hollywood movie star, said something about Roman's, something cousin or something. I don't really know the exact words, but, Punk's the one that's taking all the shots at The Rock. I'm WWE. I am 100% pulling off big ass swerves night 1 and night 2. So you're telling me that you want to end WrestleMania night 1 with Randy Orton winning with the help of Pat McAfee going into night 2? That's a cliffhanger. That's gonna make people want to buy the ESPN app. It's not. It's not. I don't know, guys. I don't. I really, it's frustrating. It really is. I'm gonna let you guys control the rest of the show because, like I said, I don't really know what to tell you guys. It's a shit show. I'm not happy with it. I've talked to guys like Stampede, Carlos, and other people. Like, if WrestleMania sucks, like, I may cut TNA off and just cover the fucking AEW one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm not happy with the product. I'm not gonna continue to pay $40 a month for TKO to step in and have celebrities involved. And when are we gonna get the real Cody Randy feud? When is that gonna happen? SummerSlam? Now, Andrew McDowell had a really great point on, I think it's Final Bill Media, that's the name of their YouTube show. It's him, Jordan from, what company he's with. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've been on a lot today. My head's like fried. The Wrestle Collective, Jordan and Juice Springsteen. They have a great show, so check them out every. I think it's on Thursdays. But Baydala was talking about they haven't put the tickets on sale yet for SummerSlam. So he said he felt like it's going to be that SummerSlam was going to be huge this year. And then that's when the hints started coming out about maybe Rock Cody at SummerSlam and then Rock Roman and Mania. I don't think The Rock's wrestling 2 matches. I don't. The 2 movies this year, I don't think it's happening. I don't. That Scorsese film, like he's not gonna be able to get physical for that one. I don't know. I think could The Rock come out and cost Cody at night 1? Yeah, he could. Does he have to get physical? I don't think so. But could Cody finally sell his soul? Or has he already sold his soul? And The Rock maybe comes out and I don't know. Is all this a big ass rude? Does Jelly Roll turn on Cody Rhodes? I mean, if they do that, I'm checked the fuck out. Like, I will be checked the fuck out for real. If Cody Rhodes loses because of Jelly Roll at WrestleMania 42 Night 1 main event because Jelly Roll is in his corner and he turns on fucking Cody, I'm checked out. It would be really hard to come on stream to talk about that. That's the first thing that come to my mind is, we didn't see Randy beat Jelly's ass in the back. He was already laying down. He hit him a couple times outside, but Jelly Roll gonna turn on Cody too? Everybody else is turning on him. So Jelly Roll gonna be in Cody's corner, and then when the time comes at the end, I'm gonna tell you right now, Cody Randy is gonna be an overbooked ass mess. It's gonna be an overbooked mess. Ref knockdowns. It's gonna be an overbooked mess, guys. It really is. But shout out to the people that have came every single week. I appreciate you guys each and every week. I know you guys. This is the week before WrestleMania. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna. I can't stream WrestleMania week because obviously the show's on. It's not like I'm gonna have a shit ton of news that day anyway. But I do appreciate you guys. Fanatic, Lexus, Bobby, Sean last week. Come in and had a lot of questions. I do appreciate you guys showing up here each and every week. I am working on the Patreon, like I said, but I don't want it to look like rinky dink where I just write all the news out. I gotta find somebody that knows how to design shit like that. I'm gonna probably end up having to put some money into it. Um, before I'm not linking it to all my pages until like it looks good. And then I can start posting news in there. I'm not gonna stop doing the show obviously because I know some of you guys enjoy it. I know Fanatic. I know he takes a lot of notes each week before the show on what he wants to ask. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, guys, because I really don't know what else to tell you guys. Apparently they're waiting on Nikki Bella. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I've heard a lot of cross reference in there. If Ia and Asuka don't get made tomorrow, then it ain't happening. It'll be the Raw after fucking Mania or something like that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna open up the floor. I'll leave it open until you guys get done asking questions. So fire the hell away. Tag everybody you want to tag, because this is it before WrestleMania. So any questions you guys have, I will put up there and answer them. Alright, this is from Fanatic. Do you wish for the plan to still be Roman to win the World Heavyweight title and Cody to retain? Thanks to The Rock, we can get heel home under Cody. I really want it. That's what I want. That's what I want. Yes, that is 100% what I want. Then it sets up Roman Cody. Or they still do well. I think they'd be doing Night of Champions like that, but yes. If I would prefer Roman to win the World Heavyweight Championship and Cody to retain. And I definitely would have Cody go heel. Do I know it? Do I think they're gonna do it? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. It really don't. I don't have a lot of hopes that they're gonna turn him. Maybe Cody just doesn't want him to turn. I don't know. But he's gotta. If he's not gonna turn, he needs to get away from all the suits and all that shit. Like he needs to get go back to the track suits and stuff like that. Instead of just what he's doing right now on the business suits. I'm not really with all that. Yeah, so I mean, I would love to see The Rock, like Cody, finally sell a soul. We would pay off a story from all the way back from Elimination Chamber last year. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't really know. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it right now. It doesn't. We'll have to see how SmackDown goes. Obviously, Cody's been getting his ass beat every week, which is normally a sign that the champ is going to retain. I'm hoping Cody retains. I would have been okay. Like I said, I would have been okay with him losing if it would have just been the regular Randy Cody story, and then they run it all the way back to SummerSlam. Cody's in chase mode again. Maybe Cody takes a couple of months off. I know he's got a big one. So we'll see. But yes, I would prefer to see Roman and Cody win. But do I know 100% that's the way they're going? No, I don't. Could they make the power struggle between WWE or TKO into a storyline last a month? I mean, are their plans set in stone? Done correctly? Could it be amazing? Could they do it? It seems like that's what they're doing. It does seem like that. With all the shots been fired back and forth, I mean, TKO would not let CM Punk and Cody Rhodes and all them just come out there and just talk all that shit. It does seem like we're headed toward the WWE versus TKO storyline. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't culminate. If that's the storyline they're running, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't culminate something like Survivor Series or something like that. Honestly, I mean, if it's booked properly, then I'm all for it. But we know how the booking's been lately for WWE. So, but it does look like we're headed for a WWE versus TKO storyline for sure. Could Ari Emanuel become an on-screen figure? I've seen that floating around. I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. I mean, what do we do? I don't know. It seems like they're wanting to go back to the Attitude Era. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know why they would do that. Ari, I mean, what's he gonna do out there? Unless they're trying to run back some sort of shit like BK Young did. I don't know. I've heard the rumblings about Ari coming out there. I don't see it though. I don't want to see it. Let's put it that way. That's a good question though. Do you think the TKO has gone too far with celebrities being involved? WWE always had celebrities involved as well as meddling with top storyline. Cody and Randy had a book. Yeah, I mean that's what basically this whole show has been about. Ari Emanuel stepped in because he thinks that Pat McAfee's a megastar and that he's gonna sell all these tickets. He's the next Sylvester Stallone. And Cody Randy didn't need no celebrities. They didn't. They just didn't, guys. They didn't. They didn't need celebrities. End of story. They just didn't. They have 20 years of history. They could have went back to Cody leaving at WWE and going to AEW. They could have went back to Stardust. They could have went back to anything. To the teacher versus student shit, like not friend versus friend. Like nobody wants to see that shit. So like I'm glad they did, turn Randy heel, but no celebrity should have been involved with this. For me, I have no excitement about the night one main event, and I'm a huge Cody fan. I have no excitement. I expect him to probably get screwed over somehow. I mean, his record at WrestleMania the last 3 years since 39. He lost to Roman at 39. He was pinned at night one of a 40 by The Rock, so that's 0-2. He beat Roman, and he beat Roman night two of 40, so that's 1-2. He lost to Cena last year, so Cody Rhodes was 1-3 in WrestleMania. He did beat Seth at 38 when he wrestled with Torn Pack, but Cody don't even have a 500% winning record at WrestleMania. You're gonna have him lose again? That's crazy. TKO 100% has gone way. And the thing is, it's not the celebrity's fault. I mean, Tom Brady's probably going to be out there. Gronk's having a party. So, Tom Brady's got like a 6% minority owner stock in the Las Vegas Raiders. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him out there. I really would. I mean, that's why you see every show, Raw, SmackDown, they show all the celebrities down the front row. TKO is everything was about celebrity. It's all about money. Were you surprised by what they did on Monday and impressed? What did you think of the promo? Because wow. I think Punk promo was good, but I don't think he needed to bring Pat McAfee to it. I don't. What does Pat McAfee have to do with Roman? We'll see what Roman has to say tomorrow to answer. But he brought up Pat McAfee. He said he's got his ass is writing checks his asking cash or something like that. He's got receipts coming. Punk gonna screw Cody Rhodes over. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I do because I don't. With all this shit that's happened over the last couple of weeks, I don't. I think Punk has done well building this match, far promo wise with Roman Reigns. And I think I'm way more invested in Roman and Punk, which truly I honestly really don't care. You know, who wins. But I'm more invested in that than I am Cody and Randy. But if Punk's gonna fire back at McAfee, but again, because McAfee fired back at him Friday, then why don't Pat McAfee just come out there with Roman too? Like, just make it all celebrities, like the whole fucking show. I mean, like I said, Punk promo was fine, but I don't know why he's taking shots at Pat McAfee. Why are we bringing somebody the night one into the night two? It just doesn't make any sense. You think Roman will make a big comeback promo tomorrow? Do you think that Roman will fire back? Yeah, I do. He didn't show up last week to go home show. I expect Roman to go like full like travel chief on him tomorrow. But Punk's gonna be there too, so should be interesting television tomorrow. But what they need to do, they gotta keep Pat McAfee out of this. Like, I hope Roman doesn't bring up Pat McAfee. Like, everybody talking about Pat McAfee. Like, it's fine. It's not fine, but he's already embedded in the night one storyline. So why is he in night two? Why? But I do think Roman's gonna fire back. Will Danhausen have a segment at WrestleMania? I believe so. I do believe so. He's the hottest. He's one of the hottest things WWE has right now. You know, I didn't know much about Danhausen before he got to WWE because I don't watch much AEW. Well, I haven't until recently. But he's one of the top merch sellers. I think what they're doing with having him go back and forth, cursing people like he had his first match. Was his match great? Is he great in the ring? No, but he doesn't really have to be. Because his character, the way he tells the story and stuff, like with the cursing and stuff, like I don't know. I like what they're doing with Danhausen. He 100% should have a second at WrestleMania. Is a current plan for Javon Evans to win a title at Mania because of popularity? If not, who else? Rusev, Dragon Lee, or Penta, or will Penta retain? I think Javon Evans has a shot to win the title. I was told that there's a real strong possibility we could see Javon Evans go heel. I forgot to mention that earlier, but a heel turn could be coming for Javon Evans. I don't think Ray's winning. I don't think that makes any fucking sense. I mean, the guy shows up for a match. It's supposed to be out after Gunther's already booked with Seth. So Rusev is 1,000,000% not winning. I don't think Dragon Lee's winning. So it's going to be between Penta and Javon Evans. Penta's been doing a fine job, but Carmelo Hayes was too, and they took the title off him. It doesn't. I know everybody says he's still going to be at it, but I don't think he is. Could they still add somebody else to the ladder match? Possible. They got 6, so I doubt it. If I had to narrow it down, I would say Javon Penta. I don't think anybody else has a realistic shot to win. Could Dragunov and El Hijo de Vikingo be added? Possible, like I just said, but I don't know. They may keep it at 6. And I was the first to say on here on Scoop that 2 things. that the mask versus mask with the Grandes was not happening on WrestleMania. It was it's gonna happen on AAA. That's another thing that I said on here. I couldn't clip it, but I definitely said it. And I also said that way back, like 4 weeks ago, I believe, I went back and watched that Penta was going to, or 3 weeks ago, Penta was going to defend the Intercontinental Championship on AAA against Kingo. I said that too. I mean, they could be added, but I don't think so. I think they're going to stick with 6. But with TKO, you just never know. I haven't really been told a whole lot of information this week. This show's more about for you guys. Haven't had a lot of chance to talk to a whole lot of people this week. I've had some stuff going on, but I mean, they could add them. I mean, Dragunov's not on the card. I think that's stupid. But there's a lot of people that's not gonna make the card. I don't think they get added. I'm just gonna say that. Could we finally see Ray Phoenix make a Raw? I think so. I think so. I don't know who reported it. I saw it somewhere, but I was told there's not going to be a draft. I know you guys have been asking about that every week. I've read it somewhere. I don't remember where. I read that from somebody reported it wasn't going to be a draft. They were going to do some shuffling, stuff like that, but I read it wasn't going to be a draft. They need to move Ray Phoenix to Rock. What is he doing? He's in fucking catering. So, but if you only do that if Penta drops the title, which, like I said, I truly feel like maybe Javon Evans wins because maybe they have these NXT stars like Obafemi 100% beating Brock. Then because Brock's gonna put him over. And then Brock's going to lose to Gunther at SummerSlam. Whoever put that report out, they're going to be proved wrong in a week. That's definitely not true. Brock's 100% putting Oba over. So, like, I don't know why. I think that WWE, if they're smart, they would capitalize on this and have all 3 of the big NXT guys that they have, they got caught up to the main roster. Evans, Trick Williams. Obviously have Oba beat Brock Lesnar, have Trick win the United States title, and I would have Javon Evans win the Intercontinental Championship. Like as of right now, like that's my pick. After that, yes, I would move Ray Phoenix to Raw. I don't think, like I said, I read a report that there wasn't going to be a draft, so shuffling around maybe, but like move Ray Phoenix to Raw. So they can be reunited. The Lucha Brothers can be reunited. What else are you gonna do with them at this point? What is with the Club WWE teasers? I just read about it today. I haven't, like I said, I haven't heard anything about it. I don't really know. I can't really give you much information on that. I read about it, but there's not really a whole lot of information I can give to you on that. Fanatic. TKO is putting out a lot of teasers, so it's really hard to say. I will try to find out. I don't think it's gonna happen before WrestleMania, so obviously Scoops will be back on 26. I'll have a better chance of getting more understanding of a lot of stuff. Obviously after WrestleMania, we'll have a big show the week after that, so we can kind of talk about why they went in the direction they went in some of these matches. But I've heard about it, I've read about it, but I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with it, to be honest with you. What were other reasons that could lead to Io versus Asuka being possibly scrapped for Mania, and what happened, and what will take its place if they decide on the 7th match on Sunday? I mean, if there is a 7th match on Sunday, it would be Io and Asuka. I don't think there was a lot of other things that played a factor into it. I think that it ultimately came down to, it sounds like they were waiting to see about Nikki Bella. That's really all that I've heard and seen. I mean, they've been teasing it, obviously, but Oscar or I mean, Io's Instagram said something about um, the stadium where WrestleMania is taking place. They've been doing the back and forth promos and stuff. I mean, if you're gonna have Kyrie go inside with Oscar, I mean with Io, and we get the split from Kyrie and Oscar. I know the Raw after Mania is supposed to be big, but why do it? Why isn't Io Sky on the card? She was literally in a triple threat match for the women's championship last year. I don't think there's a particular reason why it was scrapped. I think it just boils down to they're waiting to see if Nikki Bella can wrestle, which I don't even know. Last I heard, she was okay. So I don't know. Hopefully, it gets made official tomorrow. There is room for it on the card. I don't think there's anything else that gets added. If there's another match added to the card, I do believe it's Io Oscar. Could we get a final decision? Yes. If it's not announced tomorrow, it's not going to happen. I don't see any world where they announce it on Friday. We're going to get you Oscar. It happens tomorrow. They got to have big stuff for the Raw after Mania, but that's for like the NXT call-ups and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know why they would save it for Raw after Mania. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. That's a WrestleMania moment. Io 100%. She is the best female wrestler on the fucking planet. If not, she's in the top 3. So her not being on the card is a severe injustice to Io Sky. If it doesn't get made official tomorrow, then that's not happening. Now that Royce Keys has made a SmackDown debut and is all but winning the Battle Royal, what will be his first feud? Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa would be his first, like, big time match on SmackDown. I told you guys he was going to SmackDown. I told you guys he was going to be babyface. I told you guys he was going to win the fucking Battle Royal. He will win the Battle Royal. Said this shit weeks ago. Obviously, I don't have a Patreon or a page where I can put it up, but I tell you guys all this shit. I told you guys what was gonna happen. Fucking NXT right before Stand and Deliver, and everything happened. Like, I basically wrote the fucking show out for you guys. Royce Keys had a good first opening match. Obviously, that they did the vignette. Hometown. He's a babyface on SmackDown. He's phenomenal. I love Royce. I think he's winning the Battle Royal. I do. I think he's winning it Friday. And then I think his first feud is going to be with Solo Sikoa and them. Or Solo Sikoa. Question from Alexis. Good to see you, Alexis. On Rhea vs. Jay match, they had Rhea get beat up every time after the match by Jade, so I think Rhea's winning the title. Hopefully we'll see Bianca at Mania. So that's what I was talking about earlier, Alexis. I don't know if they're gonna fully switch Rhea over to SmackDown, but I think the only shot she does have of winning at WrestleMania is if we get that surprise appearance of Bianca Belair to even the odds. If Io is not going to be on the card and she's not wrestling Asuka, then you can have Io come out there with Rhea. But then the ultimate X factor for which I think Rhea and Io think get beat up every single week, like you said. I mean, Io just lost, got obliterated by Jay on SmackDown. If Bianca Belair shows up, that's how Rhea Ripley wins the Women's SmackDown Championship. If she ain't winning it without something big happening, with just Io out there, she's not. So, I'm saying it now. I heard it from my own person. There's a strong possibility Bianca could show up at WrestleMania. I'm not going to give 100% confirmation, but there's a lot of rumblings about us. So, if she does, then Rhea becomes SmackDown champion. That's as simple as that. If she don't, then Rhea's not winning. Do you pray there will be fewer and less or little to no rewrites for SummerSlam this year than Mania? Because I need SummerSlam to go out without a hunch and be great, not a mess. I mean, I pray for that every PLE. But WrestleMania, I mean, Corey Hayes, Body Stuff, everybody from Body Stuff did fantastic work. They really do. I even seen Corey tweet about it. Like he said, it's hard for him to even put out stuff anymore because they just changed shit the next week. Obviously, I want things to just go as planned, but then injuries happen. Like that's just a part of the business. Because like the matches that we're getting was not supposed to be. That wasn't the plan. The plan was Seth Roman and Punk and Cody. So look how far away from that we are. Braun got hurt. I do expect to see Braun Breaker at WrestleMania in some shape or form. I would have Gunther win clean though, but knowing TKO and WWE and their booking, they'll probably have Braun end up costing Seth, and ultimately, there you go. That starts the feud until the summer, and there you go. Maybe get Braun and Seth at SummerSlam. I hope SummerSlam is, for me, SummerSlam gonna have to outdo WrestleMania, but because if you look at WrestleMania on paper, it's a phenomenal card, but the build has been shit, absolute shit. Any content creator, I don't care if they have 500 subscribers, 600 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, they all said the same thing. The build is shit. So like, the only thing that people are looking forward to is a couple of matches like Over Brock, Demon Finn and Dom, Drew and Jacob. Everything else, like nobody really gives a shit about it. Roman Punk, I guess, most the Bloodline fans, obviously, but yes, I definitely pray that there's not many rewatches on SummerSlam, but I wouldn't count on it. Could we see Sheamus return after Mania? I really want to see a storyline where if he can't win the IC, he can't wrestle like a title or a career. I don't know if he's going to have a title or career, but I know that is the only title that he's lacking. I do expect to see Sheamus back after WrestleMania. I do, 100%. And I do think he ends up eventually winning the Intercontinental Championship before he retires to complete that Grand Slam. Could Io be involved with Jade versus Rhea, and could Bianca return? Yes and yes. Yes, Io. If Io is not on the card, or do you mean like in the match with Io's not going to be added to the Rhea Jade match? No, they're not doing that. Could she be out there ringside with Rhea? Yo, 100%. If she doesn't have a match, and like I said at the beginning of the show, I've heard a lot of rumblings, so the possibility Bianca Belair returns. If she does, it means that Rhea's winning the title. Because I don't see her coming back to help Jade. So she could, and then it'd be the ultimate baddies 2.0. That'd be a huge swerve. That would be something that would blow everybody's mind. That would have Rhea not win the SmackDown title. Because personally, I don't want to see Rhea win the SmackDown title because I don't want to see Rhea on SmackDown. She needs to go back to Raw. So, but Io will be involved with the Rhea Jade match if she's not wrestling Asuka, and there is a possibility for Bianca returning. So, know that if TKO saw WWE, it would be the Saudis, but would you be okay if TKO would sell the WWE to Liberty Global, the owner of the Formula One? I mean, yeah, but I don't think they're going to outbid the Saudis. Don't. Saudis are gonna drop heavy money. I'm talking about heavy money if TKO and Endeavor puts that shit on the market. I mean, I'd be okay with it. Yeah. Oh, it's the MFTs and White Six that's on SmackDown. We're finally getting the blow up to that shit. With MFTs and White Six Street Fight, yeah, finally marked the end of the month long feud. This shit's been going on for 3 or 4 months. It's not a month long feud. This shit's been going on for 3 or 4 months. It is been going on way too long. Yes, it is the end of that story. And Tama Tonga finally split from NXT. The time for fresh story after Mania. Yes, you can look for Tama Tonga to be getting away from Solo Sikoa after WrestleMania. Will the women's U.S. title match be on SmackDown before Mania? It could. It just could be hiding it. I haven't heard. I asked. Didn't get an answer back. I would think so. It would make sense. They did a storyline last week with Tiffany telling Chelsea she wanted her help. So, yeah, I mean, it would make sense, but it hasn't been advertised. So, we'll see. What pushes from underused, mid card, low card stars will we see push post Mania? That's tough to say. Underused. I mean, Ivy now. I've seen a report today that she's at the PC, working out. She's definitely going to be back after WrestleMania. At some point, Kevin Owens is going to be back. I like to see where, another thing that you need to keep an eye on is Maxine Dupree. She's obviously going to end up joining forces with Austin Theory and Logan Paul. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Where she plays in the story, I don't know. Does that mean that AJ is winning and Maxine goes heel? And Maxine faces AJ Lee and brings another title to the division. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, there's a lot of people that need to be pushed. Aleister Black, I feel like, is going to get a big push. It does look like that because he was watching Randy and Pat. So, is he going to be the one to ultimately come out there at WrestleMania and screw Cody? I don't know. I mean, why is he watching? They're not going to put that shit on TV if they're not going to, it doesn't have anything to do with the story. So, I don't know. Could La Catalina be the one to the throne while Lady Flamer? Because I think she's going to guess. If I had to guess, I would say that she will be the one to dethrone Lady Flamer. Could Xia Brookside join Birthright? I think so. A lot of stuff that I've seen today that, like I said, I haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to touch base with people the last couple of days. Been super busy with other stuff, but it's a very strong possibility she could end up joining Birthright as well. If WrestleMania was in New Orleans this weekend, like it was supposed to be, then we would have seen Then we would have seen probably a lot less. I don't think so, man. I don't think it really matters where WrestleMania is when TKO and Aria, because the ticket sales wouldn't have been any better. Like the people in New Orleans, I mean, they're not. I mean, there's a lot of people with money there, of course, but I mean, that shit's expensive, man. So I don't think it would have been any difference as far as celebrities go, whether they had it in your backyard, New Orleans, or Las Vegas. If Randy wins, expect a celebrity main event at Backlash. I'm telling you right now, Meltzer will be fucking spot on. If Randy Orton wins the title on night one, we're getting Randy and Pat versus Cody and Jelly Roll at fucking Backlash. And nobody wants to see that. Will the WrestleMania stage be awesome? How would it look like? I was told it was gonna be pretty nice. I know Bruno Mars is performing there. So they have a pretty. They're gonna have a couple day window to get everything set up. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100 on the dates that Bruno Mars is performing there. Um, but I know that like Bruno, they're not. They can't really mess with anything until after Bruno Mars is done. I think maybe they started today. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I haven't really been on X too much today. I had a lot of stuff to take care of today. Um, but I'm thinking it's going to be a big stage. Also, look for Liv Morgan to have like a really, um, her. Liv Morgan's going to have a wild entrance at WrestleMania. I do. So let's talk. I'm going to talk about Liv Morgan for a second. She before she got hurt, she was going to be heavily pushed. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't put the title on her, and then maybe have Roxanne because Roxanne's not with her. So like, then you get Roxanne versus Liv, or you could do Roxanne and Finn against Dom and Liv. Because Liv's already said that her and Dom's greatest couple of all time, even better than Macho Man and Elizabeth. And remember what I said, Maxine Dupree. Watch out for that, because if she joins the division, then possibility if AJ retains, Maxine fucking goes heel and goes after AJ. I don't know what AJ's contract looks like. I don't have the contract details of all that. But I think the stage is gonna look great. But I would look for some certain wrestlers to have some big CM Punk. Roman, Liv Morgan's gonna have something super special for WrestleMania. This is from Talk It Up Podcast. We're live on Talk It Up Podcast with X. Make sure you follow Talk It Up Podcast on X. Also give them a subscription as well. YouTube. They will be hosting a watch party for WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 on Saturday and Sunday on Twitch. So make sure that you give them a follow on Twitch as well, and come join us for the watch party live on Twitch for WrestleMania. So Talk It Up says WWE's so bad, no one wants to hear about AEW pay-per-view on it. A lot of people live. We keep spinning of you, CJ. Not quite sure what that means. WWE is so bad, no one wants to hear about anymore. AEW pay-per-view on it. Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. WWE is so bad, no one wants to hear about it anymore. AEW pay-per-view is on, a lot of people live. You keep retweeting it for me. Yeah, I forgot that there was an AEW pay-per-view, or AEW was on. Forgot about that. No wonder why there's anybody. WWE is fucking bad. Man, it's terrible. It's absolutely just awful. That's all I've talked about this whole show. But then make sure you follow Talk It Up Podcast on X and give them a subscription on YouTube. You said in the group chat on the show that Ethan Soul, JC, and possibly Joe are obviously caught up, but could blank and I don't who's the other person could and Kalani up next in your future. What brand? Which I don't think Jada and Kalani is going up right now. Is it gonna happen eventually? But Ethan Soul, JC, Ricky, and Joe are like the top 5. They're gonna get moved up. Anybody else? I don't. I mean, Kalani has maybe kind of skips on some people, obviously, because she's with Carmelo Hayes, but I don't see her skipping over like an Ethan or a Soul or a JC or a Joe. What brand would I put Kalani and Jada Parker on? I'll put Jada Parker on SmackDown and Kalani on Raw. I would keep them away from each other because their feud's just been going on for way too long. Could WWE please put up and dissolve some women's tag teams after Mania because we got to fix the women's mid-card titles. Everyone is either a tag team, injured, and manager, or in catering. Yes, that's what I was just talking about. As much as I love Charlexa, I love what Charlotte's doing. Her character development. She's talked about it in a lot of interviews. I mean, I can't wait to see Blake come up because I can't wait to see Blake versus Tiffany and Blake versus Charlotte. But Alexa's got to make that turn eventually on Charlotte. It's not going to be a Charlotte turn on Alexa. Alexa's got to make that turn on Charlotte. We got to get these single people up because, like, even if Rhea wins a title, who's going to challenge her on SmackDown? I love Meechin. B-Bab, Meechin, who else? Who else is there? Wait. There is nobody that's credible that can beat Rhea Ripley. There's nobody credible that can beat Jade Cargill. That's why they had to bring Rhea Ripley in. Tiffany Stratton's in the fucking mid card now. She had a huge match against Charlotte by WrestleMania. I hope so, man. I think Bayley and Lyra win. Ultimately, I think the Bella Twins will get that tag team title win. But I don't think it happens at WrestleMania. You said on GC that Ova would beat Roman for the title at SummerSlam. I think that's the plan. Ova Femi is going to win the title. I didn't say he was going to face Roman though. I said he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship because I don't know who's winning between Punk and Roman. I don't. I literally said that word for word in the GC chat. I said, who said Punk? I said, who said Roman was winning? I still think it's up in the air with the two main events. But I do think Femi wins the title at SummerSlam, though. I do. Roman's not, I know he said he's wrestling for a couple more years. We're not getting another 1,000-day reign. We're not. TKO is not with that. That's Vince's shit. TKO is not with that. They love title changes. I never said Oba was beating Roman. I said I think Oba's gonna win the title by SummerSlam. Seth and Roman's gotta happen. I just don't know where. Could be at Clash of Champions because it's probably not gonna be in Saudi Arabia. Because of the war and shit. Could have Seth Roman there. I don't know if Roman wins the title. I don't know if Roman wins the title. We'll see. Who was the original plan for the person talking to Randy? Kevin Owens, Ted DiBiase Jr. before TKO got involved. They had Pat McAfee, had GD, Pat McAfee. I don't know. I heard Kevin, I heard Ted. I don't really know. I don't think they even had a fucking plan. I don't. According to some reports, like they reached out to Pat McAfee back in February and said no. And then he changed whatever they said. They went back to him again and he changed his mind. So I have no idea. I don't. I wish they would have just got away from it. When can we see Hiromu Takahashi, Nikki Blackheart? And, you're gonna see them soon in NXT. Really soon. I'm talking about really soon. But then I would say that within the next 4 to 6 weeks on NXT. Are you so excited that El Grande Mask after Mask is not on Mania because this is meant to be on AAA Lucha Libre? Yeah, I said it. I literally said it on here like 3 weeks ago. That wasn't happening on Mania. I said it was going to be on fucking AAA. I said it in the GC chat. I said it on here. Yeah, I mean it's definitely the right place for it to happen. Is more star power set to be signed on NXT soon to help with ratings? I think that NXT is still in a really good spot. I think if they leave a couple people down a little longer, I think they'll be fine. Because they got to build the Kendall Grays up, the Vanity Project, the Keanu Carvers, the Jasper Troys, the Charlotte Hills. Like, they're NXT real big on Charlotte Hill. Keanu Carver, they cover him a lot. Saquon Sugar and fucking Dion Lennox from Dark State. Like, that NXT future is bright. So, yeah. NXT will be fine. If Izzy isn't the one to replace JC Jane and Fatal Influence, who could it be? I have no idea. If it's not Izzy, I have no clue who it could be. If it's not Izzy, then I guess they're going to a two-lady crew. I do think it will eventually be Izzy, though. I do. If it's not, then I have no clue who's replacing. But JC's losing. She keeps talking on Instagram. She's going to be a 3-time champion. I mean, NXT could go crazy and put the title on her and have her drop it. But I think it's time for JC she's done in NXT. There's nothing else for her to do. Have Fatal Influence cost her or jump her after the match. Write her off so that she can show up the Raw after Mania or SmackDown after Mania, whichever brand. I would prefer Raw, though. Do you plan on watching AEW Dynasty tonight? Because it's going to be a great show. I'm watching it. I didn't know it was live tonight. I guess that's why my views are so low. I do plan on watching it as soon as the show is over. I do. Don't spoil. Is the plan still for Bailey Lyra to win the tag titles at Mania at this moment? Because I really need Bailey. Yes. At this moment, from last I heard, which I talked to him, was today, Sunday, Thursday. Bailey and Lyra was the plan since Thursday. Now, can it change? Well, we all know it can. But Bailey and Lyra is the plan. So, could the men's tag team be refocused and reinvigorated post-Mania? God, I hope so. It can't get any worse. I don't want to say it's going to be a focal point because I would be lying to you. Like I at this point, I feel like they could combine the titles. I think that's the best thing to do is just have one set of tag titles for the men. Fuck the stuff with the Raw and then the SmackDown. Combine them. Like, I think that makes the most sense. Go ahead and combine the titles. Have one champion because they don't. Then you got all the teams that they have. Even if they're thrown together teams, can go after the one title, and then it makes it makes the tag team division way more compelling. Combine the titles. That's what I would do. Street Profits. I've heard they're close to returning. I've heard they're close to returning. When? I don't know. Maybe it's probably going to be after Mania, but I did hear they are coming soon. Do you pray for this Mania to get over with and have the matches be exciting and hopefully be a repeat of Mania 31 with the deal with shit with the match quality? I mean, like I said, bro, like if you look at this card on paper, then it's phenomenal. But the Bills have been shit, and with all the celebrities and stuff, it's just kind of taking the steam out for me. So yes, I'm definitely praying that it can be another WrestleMania 31 to get me back excited in the product. Because right now I'm just not. Wait, does Triple H really have burner accounts? Oh, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Tony Khan's got burner accounts. Triple H has got burner accounts. Yes. Go back and watch all the Unreals. Anybody can tell you. Triple H has got multiple. They got a whole fucking team that watches social media for leaks and shit like that. I've told you guys that in that GC chat with Ricochet's wife. Like, I told you guys that, and Selena Vega's chat also. I told you guys several times. That's why I don't tweet out shit, because they are paying attention to social media. I mean, they literally are. They're literally WWE is literally feeding false information to probably people like Ghost to Madness and all these other people that just keep posting all the time to put out fake news because it's not real. I don't post. That's why when I can find somebody that can design my Patreon, all my shit's going on Patreon. I'll still continue to do the show and answer you guys' questions. But the exclusive stuff going behind the Patreon. It's not going to be where the whole fucking X can see it. So then, when it happens, I can screenshot and be like, all right, this was in the Patreon before everybody else. So Triple H has multiple burner accounts. Do you realize WWE will eventually have to turn Cody heel and will do so even though you said they shouldn't if they don't? I mean, eventually they are. But who's going to be invested at that point? I mean, now they got to do it. Now's the time. That's how you end Mania Night One. Is if The Rock's going to get involved in Cody Randy, have fucking Cody sold his soul to the final boss. Do what Stephanie told him to do. To beat Randy Orton, you have to become Randy Orton. Sell his soul. Go heel. He doesn't, if they wait till 2027, 2028, I'm not really that invested at that point. I'm just not. I don't want to get hopes up, but do you wish and pray too? We have a creative refresh post-Mania. We got to regroup for the road to SummerSlam. I know it won't happen. Be surprised if it does. I mean, we already have had a creative refresh besides Triple H. I mean, everybody was clamoring for Road Dogg to go, and SmackDown, the ratings went up with McAfee, but the booking's been shit since Road Dogg left, so can't nobody put the blame off on him. I mean, they're going to have to stop chopping at the head of the snake. Bruce Pritchard, Michael Hayes, who else is up there? With Triple H, Bobby Roode, Bobby Roode's not going anywhere. Michael Hayes isn't going anywhere. I don't know what they do, but they need to make some changes creatively because they hired Alexander Williams for Raw and they hired somebody else for SmackDown, and SmackDown is shit. So, do you see Becky winning so we can finally get the feud over with and move on to new opponents? Tough to say, man. I still don't have my prediction in for that because I don't know AJ's contract. I would think Becky wins because AJ's made her tap 3 times. It would make the most sense. AJ won the title in Chicago, hometown moment. Well, she's not from Chicago. She's from Jersey, actually, but Punk from Chicago. They live in Chicago. So, if I had to guess, I would say Becky probably wins. And then she puts over somebody else. This is Becky's last run, so we got to get Becky back up to that main event scene. After Gunther beats Brock, are we finally done with retirement tour? Yes, for now. Yep. That'll be the last one for a while. And then Gunther's going to start going back into the fucking main event picture after that. He is retiring Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, though. And he's going to beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. You can fucking bookmark that. If Nikki isn't cleared, the Kabuki Warrior take the belt's place, right? That's what I was told. If Nikki can't go, then Kyrie and Oscar are going to be put in there. Which I don't know why. Just go ahead and leave them out. Like you can have Bayley Lara, Charlotte, Alexa, and Nia, and Flash. I don't think you need to add the Kabuki Warriors. I was told that they was, but they could possibly not. It could just be a triple threat. So we'll see. I'm already accepting the fact that Io versus Asuka won't be happening. I'm already prepared for the inevitable. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. I mean, I know because Miami retweeted it. I was the first one to say this shit about Isho and Isho and the Usos against the Vision. I mean, Isho and the Vision against the Usos LA Knight. I said Asuka and Io was going to be added. That's what the fucking plan was. Like I said, I don't know what happened. If it doesn't get announced tomorrow, it's not happening. So then Io is going to be put in Rhea Ripley's corner at WrestleMania 42, which is just god awful. Will your Patreon have exclusive news on storyline news, signing scoops, and more like a scoop show? Will you be posting less on chats when it opens? Oh, that's a lot of questions in one. So the Patreon will have exclusive news. It will have storylines. We'll have signings. We'll have scoops. I still will be doing the scoop show because I know you guys love it. Until you guys get tired of it. Once you guys get tired of it, I'll stop doing it. But I know you guys enjoy it. So I'm going to put this out here right now. And I don't mean this rude. And I'm not going to call a specific person out. But I've gotten about 35 DMs in the last 2 days. And if I don't know the answer to it, I'm not going to answer it. I've already said when I started Scoops, I'm not answering questions. Like, you've gotten a lot better, Fanatic. Like, if I talk about it in my personal chat, the EVP chat, then that means it's free range to ask me a question. I'm not talking. I am no way, shape, or form referring to you, just so you know that. But there's somebody that keeps asking me the same fucking question over and over and over and over in DMs. And I don't know. I can't answer it for you. And another thing is, I'm not answering any more questions to deal with. Once that Patreon goes up, it's going to be way fucking different. Like, I'm still going to talk in the chats, but as far as, like, if I'm going to post anything, like, scoops-wise, or, like, it'll just be in my EVP chats. Because the Patreon is going to be paid. It's going to be a paid Patreon. I have it set for $2.99 a month. I just haven't linked it. I have to find somebody for graphic. But I will be posting exclusive news, storylines, signings, and scoops. But the Sunday Night Scoop Show will still happen. I'm just not going to talk about everything that I put in a Patreon, obviously. Maybe a couple of things, but that's what the Patreon's for you guys to sign up to read the news and stuff. So, do you like the possibility of the double turn of Sammy and Trick happening at Mania? Yes, I think that's exactly what's happening. Sammy's going heel and Trick's going face at WrestleMania, but Trick won the title. Would you be very upset if Jay lost at Mania? I really hope Jay retains and has new rivals. Personally, I don't really give a shit about that match. I don't. Unless Bianca comes back. If they have Io in Rhea's corner, if Bianca doesn't show up, Jade winning. 150%. I like to see Jade and Charlotte both hinted at facing each other. And they teased it before Elimination Chamber. So I do think Jade retains. I think she faces Charlotte Flair soon. Maybe Alexa at some point. Tiffany Stratton again. And then ultimately probably loses the title to Bianca Belair at SummerSlam. I think that would be the best direction to go with Jade Cargill. Could you see Xia Brookside be with Ariana Grace since she helped her against her old tag team partner? Could they go against the Elegance brand? Yep. I think Xia Brookside is joining the Birthright. Bobby, I 100% do. She said she wants a new theme song too, so look out for that. So I can definitely see Xia Brookside joining Birthright. Would you like to see Ricky Sosa go after Mustafa Ali's TNA belt? I would love that. Ricky Sosa is actually on my thumbnail for TNA this week. I love Ricky Sosa. I like his entrance. I like him in the ring. I think he'd be great for opponents for Mustafa Ali. Could we see Matt Taven sign with TNA? It's highly likely. Highly likely. What I was told. Could EC3 show up on NXT now that he returned to TNA last night? I haven't heard anything about him coming to NXT. I know that he's wrestling on TNA Thursday night. I don't look at the spoilers or TNA because I do a recap show on it on Thursday. Fanatic, so I don't look at the spoilers on TNA. I don't have a TNA source. But I mean, it's possible. I think he's gonna just kind of be a stomping point in TNA right now. Could you see this is from Bobby. Could you see Carmen Petrovic or someone else be the last entrant in gauntlet match for Evolve this Monday for WWE Evolve Women's Champion? I think it's highly possible. I do. Carmen has been getting posted a lot. She's posting a lot on social media, which means like WWE want her to do that. So I do think that she could be the last person. Yeah. Zoe Stark is in the PC. Yeah, I already said that earlier. Recently, do you have hope that Zoe Stark will have a decent push? I think she'll get pushed when she gets back. I would expect her sometime after Mania. She isn't. I said this about an hour and a half ago. That she was in the PC working out. She'll be back after WrestleMania. Speaking of Maxine, could Maxine Dupree join the division on Saturday? I mean, it's possible. You know, it makes sense. I mean, she came in with the LA Knights with the Maximum Role Models or whatever they're called. It's highly possible. She's definitely joining up with the division. I said that like an hour and a half ago too. But that is very possible. That is very possible. That's good. That's good thinking right there. Could we see Jackson Drake against Miles Warren for the NXT Men's North American Championship? You could count on it. You could count on it. I think 100% that match is going to happen. I would say his next opponent is going to be Dion Lennox, but definitely could see that. Jackson Drake, sky's the limit for him. Do you think we'll see Elena Black or Indy Hartwell as Ariana Grace's next opponent for TNA Knockout World Championship? Well, Indy was suspended indefinitely. I know that's probably that was last Thursday. Elena Black is making her way towards there, but Ariana's a heel, so I'm gonna say Indy Hartwell. Appreciate you, Bobby. I think you and Fanatic, you guys come in with all the questions every Sunday. I appreciate you guys. Did you see Jackson Drake as the champion again? Yep, 100%. I don't know when, but he will be champion NXT. They are very high on him. Do you think someone else on the NXT roster in the future will hold the TNA Knockouts World Championship? Very possible. Also, Mike Santana news, obviously the contract set to expire in July. WWE has very high interest in him. So I would expect to see Mike Santana in WWE. So that's also, you guys are kind of refreshing. I've had a long, like I said, my face is all sunburned. Mike Santana, pay attention to that. I'm sure he's going to be dropping the title soon. Do you like how AAA is doing it? It's second best show in WWE behind NXT. I think it's the first best show. I don't watch it a lot, but from ratings wise, from what I hear, AAA number 1, NXT number 2. I love what Undertaker's doing over there. I think it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Speaking of Carmen Petrovic, do we finally see her return to NXT in the next few weeks? Because she's getting cut. She's not getting cut. She's not going to get cut. She will not be getting cut. Kevin Owens get a big push. Yep. When he comes back, he will get a big push. And a huge storyline. KO is a major player in WWE. Which one of the old Vince heads and creative do you want to go? Bruce Pritchard. Move on to fresh creative folks that adapt to modern times. Now, Bruce Pritchard needs to go. He is Vince's old lapdog. Vince Pritchard needs to go. Do you hope for the Creed brothers return to TV post-minute? Yes. And Chad Gable, too. I think they need to get him out of the mask and let him get back to doing what the hell he was doing before, because he's phenomenal in the ring, and he'd be great for the Intercontinental Championship scene. Will we see massive ticket sales surges during this final week before Mania? Because it's usually the time to fight. Yep. 100%. That's what you're going to see. Tickets are going to start dropping. They want to get as many asses in the seats as they can, because TKO wants that money. Hopefully you get more stuff from your guy by Friday on the final plans and decisions for the wins on Mania, because I'm ready for Mania to be done with. I hope Mania is good and revive WWE. I mean, I can ask, but a lot of stuff I don't really want to know. But like, I will ask if Cody's going heel. I may ask about the big championship matches or something like that. But I kind of want to be surprised. But I will ask. For now to see what I can do. Thank you, Bobby. Is OTM set to be back in the tag team title picture soon in NXT? Because I love those guys. Yes. We will be returning to the NXT tag team championship scene. Kendall Gray would be great at TNA Knockout World Champion if she show up on TNA. She would, but I don't think that's going to happen. She's obviously on LFG Season 3, which starts on 26, which I will be covering here on the EVP show. Kendall Gray is going to win the NXT Championship eventually, and she is going to have a super long reign with that title. They are like this high with Kendall Gray. Is sky's the limit with her. But yes, she would be a great TNA Knockout Champion as well, but I don't think that's happening. Lee's returning star return from injury, help WWE get its crew back. Yeah. We need Bronson Reed back. We need Braun Baker back. We need Sheamus back. We need, all the people that's injured. Once they get back, hopefully we can start getting the group back. Do you see Bruce Pritchard gone by the end of 2026? I do. Sure do. Last thing, do you expect really great surprises for Mania that will make us forget this horrible bill? Because I need great surprises. I think TKO is going to make sure there are some surprises. Because they know what the internet says. There's burner accounts everywhere. I can't believe you didn't know that. That's why I say all the time in GC. That's why I don't post on Twitter. Because Triple H and all them are paying fucking attention to what I say, what every other reporter out there saying. The big time reporters. I'm not a big time reporter. Those guys, they're paying attention to everything. So I definitely expect some surprises at WrestleMania. With that, thanks for another great show. Hope to see you in 2 weeks with another great show. Already preparing the right questions for that show. Thank you, Fanatic. I definitely appreciate your support. And there will be another show. April 26th. It's already set on my YouTube channel. We won't be live next Sunday. That's WrestleMania Night 2. But we will be back April 26th at 6 p.m. each. And it's already set up on my YouTube channel. It's already set. One of the members of the Cullen is a championship at Reality of Wrestling. I saw that. I did see that. I do think Izzy Dame joining up with Fatal Influence. Remember if that happens, guys, I told you that like 2 or 3 weeks ago. One last thing I forgot. Who do you think will replace Bruce Pritchard? Other than that, thanks for a great show. See you in 2 weeks and on the prediction show on Wednesday. I have no idea who could replace him. Like I said, Rock's guy is going to probably come in. I think they'll still keep Triple H in for a little while, but I think they're going to try to like slowly push him out of there. Ron Quiritz is a fucking mastermind. So I think he needs to get in there if changes can't be made. And yes, I will see you Wednesday for the prediction show. That's 7 p.m. Eastern. And you're gonna show your face on camera, right? Or are you gonna be in the comments? because I think I have Raymond in the comments. I gotta have 2 people in the comments, and I gotta have 10 on screen. So it'll be between you and Nitro. Whichever one of you 2 guys want to be in the comments. One could be on the screen, and one could be in the comments. I'll just leave that up to you guys. But thank you. Yes, I will see you guys on the 26th. All right, guys. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to Fanatic as always. Thank you so much. Shout out to Alexis. She's been coming in the last couple weeks for Scoot. I appreciate that. Bobby, as always, every week. I ain't stay here at Sunday Night Scoop. Fanatic. The 600 questions. I love that. Thank you, Alexis, for the question. Shout out to Talk It Up Podcast. I didn't know AEW had a PLE tonight. I forgot. I didn't know, but I forgot. That's why the viewers are so low. But make sure you got followed down. Get a subscription on YouTube. Okay, so you're gonna show your base on camera. Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to Nitro and see if you want to be in the comments. If somebody may back out. I don't know. We'll see. It's 2 days. It's 3 days away, but the prediction show is Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, which I'll go over all that once we end the show. Thank you again to Bobby. All right, guys. We're 2 hours and 15 minutes in. There will not be a Sunday Night Scoop next Sunday. That is WrestleMania Sunday. But I will be back for Sunday Night Scoop, episode 18, on April the 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Followed by later on that night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern on April the 26th will be episode 1 of the LFG Season 3 recap. So make sure you guys are locked in for that. I'm going to go ahead and go to the outro, and thank you to you guys for coming on to Sunday Night Scoops. And I will be back to tell you guys where you can find me on my socials and what I have coming up on this 9 straight days of streaming on WrestleMania week.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps Prediction Sports. Let go, show recaps prediction sports
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps Prediction Sports. Let go.
Thanks for joining the EVP CJP. Tune in next Sunday at 6 p.m.
Thanks for coming to Sunday Night Scoops, hosted by the Golden Boy of DWE CJP. See you all next Sunday at 6 p.m.
All right.
Thanks for coming to Sunday Night Scoops, hosted by the Golden Boy of DWE CJP. See you all next Sunday at 6 p.m.
All right, guys. But that is a thank you to you guys. But you're not going to see me next Sunday. I mean, you will, but it won't be for Scoop. Obviously, it will be for the WrestleMania Night 2 recap. Sunday Night Scoop will be back to the EVP show. If you look on my channel, if you subscribe, you can see it's already set for April the 26th. Miami does a great job. We usually stay a week ahead on setting streams up. I've already got Sunday Scoop set for the 26th of April, so we'll be returning. We will be off from Scoop next Sunday, but I will be recapping Night 2 live at 11 p.m. Eastern that night. So thank you guys again for tuning in to episode 17 of Sunday Night Scoop, the EVP. So where you can find me on my socials is going across the bottom of the screen in the blue. All my links are on my pages, all my platforms, my YouTube channel, and my bio. If you're looking for me on X, it's EVP at EVPCJP. My YouTube channel is pinned at the top of my X. So all you gotta do is go up there. If you got friends and family that enjoy wrestling content, whether it comes from WWE, NXT, LFG, or TNA, send them the link. Make sure you retweet everything, subscribe. Help me get to 300 subscribers. That's my next goal. I'm at 216, I believe, something like that right now. Which is great. You guys helped. You guys did help me get to 200 for WrestleMania, so thank you for that. Also on Instagram, it's a business account now. So you can find me at EVPCJP, and also as soon as you click on my page, you can see my YouTube channel is linked at the top. So Give me a follow on Instagram at EVPCJP. TikTok. My YouTube channel is also pinned in the bio. It's nothing but videos that are preparing for the next day's stream. But if you're looking for me on TikTok, it's at Brady the Goat 21. At Brady DA Goat 21. Last but not least, if you go back and watch the stream live, make sure you hit that like button on the stream. The more likes, the better. It helps the stream, helps the channel, helps the algorithm, helps get fresh eyes on the product on the channel. So thank you guys for that. Like I said, share the channel with your friends and family. If they enjoy wrestling content, tell them to hit that like and subscribe button to the EVP show. They won't be disappointed because they get tons of content, and they'll enjoy some of your scoops like you guys do. But if you're not subscribed, make sure if you're looking for it, you go to the search bar and type in at the EVP show. And you will be able to find so many different lot of lives, one pre-record, and a ton of something short. Once again, thank you to Mona for coming out Wednesday. What I have coming up next tomorrow night is the Go Home show of Monday Night Raw. I'll be live at 11 p.m. Eastern for your Raw recap show. And then Tuesday, it is part 1 of NXT Revenge Week 1. I will be live at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday night for the NXT recap show. And then Wednesday is the big boy we all been waiting for. It is the WrestleMania prediction show. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you hit that notification bell and join us in the comments if you're not part of the panel. Come in the comments. Put your predictions in there. We're going to be predicting all 13 matches that's on the WrestleMania card. That is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Thursday, I will be back for your TNA recap show at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. Friday night, it's the Go Home show right before WrestleMania 42 and right before the Hall of Fame. You're going to have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You're going to have a street fight between the MFTs and the Wyatt Six. So join me at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Friday night for the SmackDown recap right before you watch the Hall of Fame. Saturday night, come back here after WrestleMania is over, after the dust settles on night 1. What a shit show it's going to be probably for the main event. Come back and join me for the WWE WrestleMania 42 night 1 recap show live at 11 p.m. Eastern Saturday night. And then Sunday, no scoops, but I will be back as soon as the post show is over, after the Roman Punk match, after the post show concludes. Sunday night, WrestleMania 42 Night 2 recap show live here on the EVP show at 11 p.m. And then the week after that, obviously, it'll be Raw at 11 p.m. Eastern, and then NXT at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And then that coming up Sunday, we'll have scoops again, and it will be the season debut of LFG Season 3, Episode 1 recap. That will be April the 26th. So you'll get Sunday scoops at 6 p.m. Eastern returning. And then later on that night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, if you're still awake, tune in and I will recap Episode 1 of LFG. With that being said, guys, I'm going to do it one more time. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I'll thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for joining the EVP CJP. Tune in next Sunday at 6 p.m.
Thanks for coming to Sunday Night Scoops, hosted by the Golden Boy of DWE CJP. See you all next Sunday at 6 p.m.
You won't see me next Sunday at 6 p.m. because WrestleMania will be on, but you will see me April 26th at 6 p.m. But tune in next Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern as I cover WrestleMania Night 2 recap show. With that being said, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to Sunday Night Scoop with the EVP, episode number 17. And I will see you guys tomorrow night as Raw is live. It's a go home show at 11 p.m. Eastern time for your Raw recap show. I am the EVP from the EVP show and the Golden Boy of DWE. And Cody knows it because he put a microphone behind his comment. And DWE is the place to be. Good night, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern for the Raw recap.